Gentlemen, do not stop yourself from being a chivalrous man because you're afraid that you're going to scare her away. Any woman that does not want to entertain you because you're treating her way too well, trust me, you do not want her around. The woman is probably not grown up mentally, or she's been through trauma after trauma, and she's going to jeopardize her next relationship anyways because she needs to heal and develop. And so you want to attract a good woman, and good women, they indeed love a chivalrous man. Being chivalrous is very sexy. In fact, it's the bare minimum. It doesn't take much effort for you to open up the door. You just have to be attentive and know which door she's going to walk through. Like, come on, guys.
Goodness freaking gracious. I don't know what I have to tell males, the average American male, to get them to understand that you're not a millionaire. You're not above average. And it's okay to be average, but stop pretending like you're above average and that a woman would marry you just to divorce you to get your little bit of money. You work at Walmart. You work in a distribution center. You work in the warehouse. You wear those fluorescent vests. You have no property in your name. You don't own a home. You don't have any real estate in your name. Your grandfather did not pass down an inheritance to you. I really be confused on what y'all think women are going to get from y'all by divorcing y'all. You're not a millionaire. You probably won't ever be. And that's okay. But stop being delusional by thinking that women will divorce you just for they'll marry you to divorce you for your money. That pocket change, come on.
One thing that modern women don't seem to care about is that a man having to do everything for you, at some point in time, he's going to resent you for that. And he's going to be like, man, she ain't trying to do anything. Man, she's just a bum. And he's going to go down the list of things that you're not doing, and it's going to be your fault.
Why is serenading not a thing anymore? And used to show up to a girl's house who they liked with a guitar and start singing, hoping they'd peek their head out the window. Now men are cocky, their egos are through the roof.
Fools gotta stop asking for traditional treatment. You can't be against the patriarchy, but then want men to serenade you like it's 1945. When it literally fought for the breakdown of gender roles. How you gonna not wanna make a sandwich, but when a man to dance out your window black, Spider Guy needs y'all to please shut the hell up and pick the bear like y'all said. You don't want marriage, you don't want marriage, you don't want children, you don't want children, only wanna focus on yourselves. So leave men alone and go serenade yourself. Man wants reciprocity for all the work that they done did, but all you wanna do is act like some kid. Oh, get along with your cat from, just please stay inside your home.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Do y'all think that women are still womening?
Nah, and that's good. It's good? It's mad good.
Tell me more.
Because we had created these social norms that made women doormat for financial reasons. Like,
true.
A man could go do this, but bring home the bacon. I don't eat pork.
Give you the beef.
That's all they got.
And it's not even good.
So what is the new look for women then?
Men with a man.
And then so the men are what? The fire.
Chill.
Y'all take care of everything.
Need somewhere to
All
live.
we gotta do is
Sensitive, so sensitive. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You got to give them a phone number or they you. We have to cradle their feelings because they're so explosive.
Men don't man anymore. 35 and less.
Not even younger, but less, because that's just who y'all are.
They're less than.
all right. That means y'all get to take care of us.
It's
y'all
happening.
Get to do
But
Right.
the problem is that men are not realizing that y'all not the men of yesteryear. So when we start treating you like the that y'all act like, you gotta own your position. Like, understand that you can't tell me kitchen. You gotta go to the kitchen because you the in the house.
And what modern women continue to try to do to men is they try to, oh, well, I'm just going to dump this on him, and I want him to do this, and I want him to do that. Well, no, we're not going to do that. You're going to be helping in this relationship. You're not going to dump everything on me and have me stressed out. And then when I get home from work, you're going to be all up in my face, adding more problems to my plate? No.
In the recent discourse on here about how men don't really understand what casual relationships are, I want to go one step further than that and say that I don't think men think dating is fun. Every single woman that I know who dates men, including myself, for the past 2 to 3 years, seems to be consistently running into some version of either the man wants to get into a full-time, full committed relationship right away, or they'll act like mere human receptacles not worthy of a common courtesy hello before asking if they can dump their. I genuinely don't think that
dating as a man isn't fun.
What? Well, we think dating is fun. Well, we have to do everything. And you just have to sit there and receive. And then you might not even text us back. And you know what the cherry on top is? Nothing is your fault. It's all our fault. If something goes wrong during the date, if you don't text back, if you're not interested, if you're wasting our time, it's all our fault. We get the blame for everything. We gotta pay for everything. We gotta plan everything. We have to do everything and get all the blame.
How is that fun? Do you think that's fun?
You wonder why motherfuckers just want to have a serious relationship? Because there ain't nothing else for us to do. There ain't nothing else for us to gain. What is there for us to gain? You're not spending money on us. You're not taking us out. We're not having fun. What the is fun about wasting my money on someone that probably isn't going to talk to me in a week, in a month? That's a depreciating asset. Do you know anything about finances? Do you know anything about investing? That's a bad investment right there. Yet we still do it because we love women. It is what it is. But no, dating as a man is not fun.
And modern women don't understand that men are going to get tired. They're going to be exhausted of trying to hold up your idea of a lifestyle. And you're not even contributing to your own ideal life. That you have this thought in your head and you don't even contribute to it. I'm not going to keep on doing it.
5 things you need to stop doing if you want a serious relationship. These are the behaviors that are sabotaging you attracting something real. 1, rushing emotional intimacy. Deep connection takes time. Trauma dumping or oversharing too soon can create a false sense of closeness and attracts people that want intensity, not necessarily commitment. 2, acting like a partner before you are one. If you're doing girlfriend or boyfriend things without any clarity or commitment, you're sending the message that they don't need to step up or do anything. You'll show up fully no matter what. 3, explaining away red flags. If someone's inconsistent, avoidant, or unclear, believe them. Don't convince yourself that they're just busy or bad at texting. You're not building on reality. You're building on hope. 4, doing all the work. If you're the one keeping the momentum going, always initiating, planning, checking in, you're in a one-sided dynamic. And 5, mistaking chemistry for commitment. Just because there's a spark doesn't mean there's substance. If there's no follow-through, shared values, or effort over time, it's not going anywhere.
You know, and another thing that modern women don't understand is men are not begging because, you know, if you want, why do I have to beg you if you want to stay? You know what I mean? If you don't want to stay, then leave. I'm not going to sit up here and try to convince you to be somewhere that you don't want to be. That's taken away from what I need to be doing as a man and building myself.
Do women have to stop being bosses when they marry a boss?
Ooh, to an extent, yes.
Elaborate. Because why they got to stop being the boss babe? Why? Because a man came into my life? I can't be both?
No, you can't. Ultimately, you can be a boss in the world in the sense where you have a business and you're getting your groove on and you're inspiring and you're empowering, but none of that can come before the family. And especially none of that can come before your man. If you want a high value, high earning masculine man, he's kind of at the center of your world. So to an extent, yes, but that doesn't mean you have to stop doing what you're doing. You just can't sacrifice your partnership for what you're building in the world. If that's the case, you probably don't want a masculine man anyway.
A lot of you think that just because you're an adult, you have to be an independent woman, and it's hurting your dating life. I constantly see videos about the challenges of dating as an independent woman, but I honestly think this whole thing is very self-imposed. Because no guy worth having has an issue with the fact that you can support yourself, have a house, apartment, etc. The problem with being independent isn't that you don't need a man to survive, it's that you're acting like you don't even want one. Obviously, no one needs a man to survive, but if you were constantly hearing from your partner, I don't need you, I'd be fine without you, wouldn't that be hurtful? It makes you think, okay, fine, go be alone then, if all they're talking about is how great it would be on their own. And just because you support yourself doesn't mean you have to act like this, not least of all because it's not even true. Assuming you want a relationship, then your goal is not to be independent, so act like it. It's a good, positive thing to depend on other people, socially and emotionally. Just because you're independent financially does not mean that you need to be independent in every aspect of your life. I think a lot of women see this mindset as like a way to stay guarded and not get hurt. Like if you never need anything from a man, then it means that he can't use that leverage against you. And sure, I guess, but that's kind of like trying to play catch and then never throwing someone the ball because you don't want to lose it. Relationships can't happen without some degree of vulnerability, and saying I'm an independent woman who don't need no man is basically saying that you're not going to do your part. So I'm sorry, but of course dating is going to be hard for you.
I don't think a lot of these modern women understand. You're not strong and independent. You're difficult to deal with. Period. Men aren't afraid of your success. They're intimidated. They're afraid of your mouth. They're afraid of you coming in there messing stuff up. being a problem, talking silly. Nobody has time for that.
Some women lead with their sexuality, not knowing that to do that, you're causing the most primitive reactions in men. It's how we bring out the worst in men, one of the ways, and then we think that's who men are.
Meaning she was dressed provocatively.
She was dressed provocatively. Her stance was provocative. Her frosty lipstick, everything was provocative in a way. And so that's when he said, "Oh, I see. You're a frog farmer." And, huh? What? And there's like groans in the room. And the men had crossed their legs at her question. When men open their legs, that's how you know they feel safe, that they're not going to be disempowered. And they had their legs crossed. They're on guard for being disempowered, for being emasculated. And their legs are crossed a lot, most of the time, because of our culture and individual women. So one thing led to the other, and then what happened, I call it the harmonic convergence, which so much of my life is like that.
These men are starting to realize, really honestly and truly, they've realized for a long time, but modern women keep on trying to gaslight men to say, well, this is how I live, this is my life. If I'm doing this, then I want a man to do X, Y, and Z. Well, that's your Instagram life. That's your TikTok life. That's the type of stuff that you do online. That's not how you really live. You're really broke. And I'm not going to be funding your lifestyle.
I just watched a video of a lady who's in Dallas, and she just went to a singles event, and she said it was terrible. She said it was packed with a bunch of women, and no men showed up.
Full of women. It was like 10 men in there. And like half of them was with their girlfriend.
I do have a question for y'all. I hear a lot of men saying they're giving up on women, and I also hear a lot of women saying they no longer want to deal with men. But every time there's a single mixer, all these women show up, and no men show up. So somebody lying. I mean, somebody lying. This ain't adding up.
You're a liar. You're a liar.
If all of these women are so-called tired of men, sick of our garbage, don't want to deal with us anymore, don't want to get married, decentering us, why do these women keep showing up to these singles events knowing that the men aren't going to come?
Why?
Now, I'm not going to sit here and say the women are lying, but the women are lying because they are looking for us. Y'all can say what y'all want online, but we don't believe you. You need more people. You showing up to the events, the men ain't. And I just want to know why. I'm just asking for a friend. I don't really care about this. My homie want to know. I'm just asking for my homeboy.
A lot of these modern women continue to talk about wanting a man to match their energy. But if a man were to be matching your energy, then nothing would be going on. Like at all. Like, because modern women don't really do anything. At least when it comes to dating, courting, being pursued, they really don't do anything. They expect the man to do everything. So he's actually doing above and beyond because the bar is literally on the floor.
A man will do anything for you unless he feels like he's being commanded. No man wants to feel like he's being ordered around. Even if you've been speaking this way your entire life, if there's a certain energy in your tone, he feels that. And he immediately loses the motivation to do whatever you're asking. The tricky part is most women don't even realize they're doing it because they've been trained to have some edge in their voice. And it comes from how you were raised, the need to always be in control, or just life experiences that have hardened you. So when you speak, it sounds normal to you, but for him, it feels like you're constantly correcting or watching or expecting him to perform. And that's how you end up with a passive, unmotivated, disengaged guy. And it's common, but it's not how it's supposed to be. And there is such an easy fix. If only women were taught about the power of their sweet, inviting tone instead of speaking from their masculine dominant side all the time. When you function from that place, you don't even need to ask your man to get things done. He will naturally want to take initiative. He will want that deeper connection with you. My free masterclass teaches you how to inspire your man to step up with less effort. Comment class and I'll send you the link.
So you have to really look at it from the standpoint, the vantage point of the man on the first date. He's going to drive, he's going to pay, he's going to have to do a reminder. I text you, I'm coming, I text you this, I text you that. I'm going to have to pick the restaurant. And really honestly and truly, these modern women are doing nothing. He's carrying the entire load. and they continue to say, well, I'm doing it because X, Y, and Z, you're going to want a man to continue to do this. Basically, you want a man to continue to carry the load throughout the relationship.
After I said I would require a deposit to take me on a date to cover my date preparation costs, I'm now working with an app developer to make this a reality. This is actually happening. We are building the app. I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you this is the best dating app you have ever seen, because there is a clear difference here where the woman can set the deposit rate and the man can pay for her date preparation costs. So as a woman, you're going to walk into the date already so happy, and that's going to lead to a better date and a better connection, and that gives the man a better chance of succeeding in courting you.
Oh no, who's gonna tell her? Fine, I will. This is not a new kind of app, okay? This is out there, and lots of websites are out there that do the same thing. It is actually one of the oldest professions. And the bottom line is that I don't care how you cover it up as some sort of new age dating app. Every man and every woman that signs up for this, they know what they're signing up for. A man is paying a woman for certain goods and services. That's what it is, bottom line. And all this is giving other reasoning, like the cost of being able to get ready and to pay for your childcare. It is all just a cover for you wanting to be compensated. I said what I said.
When a man tells you he feels disrespected and your first instinct is to argue with him about why he is wrong, you are not defending yourself. You are actively destroying your own relationship. And most women don't even realize they are doing it. We are obsessed with being loved, the romance, the long text paragraphs, the constant validation and reassurance. But we completely ignore how male psychology actually works. For a grown man, respect and love are not two different things. They are the exact same thing. When you belittle his decisions, when you correct every little thing he does, when you speak to him like he is beneath you, he does not feel unloved. He feels disrespected. And to him, those two things are identical. You cannot emasculate a man in front of his friends and then wonder why he stopped being affectionate. You cannot treat him like an incompetent child and then cry to the group chat that he doesn't lead like a man. You cannot nag a man into being a protector, and a man will endure almost anything for a woman who genuinely honors him. But the second he feels like an ongoing joke in your life, his emotional walls go up permanently. If you want a strong masculine man to cherish you, stop speaking to him like he is your misbehaving teenage son. Give him his respect back.
So when you look at it, the man's going to pay for most of the dates. You want the man to pay for your trips. You want the man to pay for your nails, your gym membership. The rent has got to be split 50-50 because you're independent, that sort of thing. So it's not really going to be a fair split. It's going to be okay. The only thing that I have to split, and really you don't even want that, is the rent. But all the other bills he pays, I just pay a little bit I'll pay the water bill so I can feel like I'm contributing.
Masculine men are attracted to feminine women, okay? If you're at home looking just like a man and he goes out to look for a different woman, I don't blame him, okay? I'm not blaming him, because if he got to come home to a man himself and he's not sexual, I don't blame him for going out and looking for other women, okay? I can't. I gotta say, well, what do you look like? If you send me a picture of a gremlin, I'm gonna say, well, I'm on his side, okay? Because that's not how you're supposed to look. There are so many products and things you can put on yourself to make you look good, okay? You have to dress for the life you want, okay? You gotta dress for the life that you desire. Because if you dressing like and looking like blah, that's what your life is gonna be, okay? And if you're trying to attract masculine men, provider men who are gonna do things for you, open the doors for you, treat you right, think you're the most beautiful woman in the world and worship you, if you're not giving them anything to look at and to worship and to open the door for, then you can't blame them, Masculine men like feminine women. And it's a fact. So even though people say looks fade, wigs don't fade, makeup don't fade, Botox don't fade, jewelry doesn't fade, high heels don't fade, manners don't fade, red lipstick, it fades, but you can reapply it, okay? Yes, beauty fades. Yes, I'm gonna get old. I'm probably gonna get wrinkles one day, but I'm gonna still have some makeup on and my hair done, and I'm gonna still look good. My nails gonna still be done. I'm not gonna be looking like, a man up out here. I'm not gonna be looking like a man, that's for sure. So do whatever you want.
For me personally, if I wanted, I would
I would want a girl to let me know. If she wasn't feeling it, I would just want her to let me know.
Yeah,
Like-
so with some time either way.
I mean, well, yeah, in my face straight away.
Call her.
So call her. So call her. Call her. So talk to us about the experience and what you heard from the guests. What do you think?
Well, I will say in regards to what you said, sir, I don't believe that. Maybe you might be that guy, but I think most men are really sensitive when it comes to this idea of rejection.
Okay.
And the reality is, like, if the spark's not sparking, that's okay. Meeting over a meal or whatever that might be. And especially in this current climate, and what we're seeing in the news on a regular, I just feel like men's emotions and their temperaments can be quite intimidating sometimes.
Can I ask you?
Just to say, look, I'm not really feeling it.
Yeah.
They might just a fix, and I don't know where you're from, but
Yeah,
it's true. When you were younger,
Yeah.
you either know, suddenly you went from being lame to being
Oh, you're dead thing. You know what?
So it's a bit hectic. I don't know, bro.
No, you know what? I do agree with you, because one of the things I do say to women is that, there's ways of letting men down gently.
If she's okay with you cancelling the date because she's got more fucking sides than a buffet plate, stay woke in the streets, big burn.
That's awesome. Congratulations. You are in for just the greatest journey of your life.
Yeah, I guess if you're in a really bad relationship, this can be a good thing. But I feel like the majority of people, it's not. What about the ladies who are with a really good man and she's about to leave him for some silly reason? And you just know. You see her, her life is never gonna get better at that point. Because maybe this man was 95% of what she wanted, but she was hyper focusing on that little tiny piece of 5%. So she leaves him thinking she can do better, but she's humbled real quick when she can't. We should never be encouraging or applauding divorce unless it's a very harmful relationship. In that case, it doesn't matter the gender, get out of that relationship. But I feel like a lot of people just don't take it seriously, where they're just like, oh, I'm not happy, okay, bye. You said vows though, like this was supposed to be permanent. So you should make every reasonable attempt to make it work. And yes, your marriage is gonna go through rough times, but applauding that, not being as excited for people when they're getting married, and they're taking that step in life, you should be genuinely excited for those people. Especially when you see that the relationship's good, because their chances of staying together are going to be higher. You should be excited about people being in love, not excited about families falling apart. Like, what is this?
I am absolutely convinced that men don't actually want relationships. Like, men want their lives as is.
And guess what? You'd be 100% correct in assuming that. Because we're done. We're walking away. You see, we've adopted what women have been preaching for the last 50 years. We don't need women. We can take care of ourselves. There's nothing to be gained by being in a relationship. So after 50 years of hearing that used against us, now we've adopted it. And all of a sudden you're upset about it. I'm not sure why. We're just simply following your lead. You got what you wanted. Let's enjoy it.
So I just left the restaurant after waiting 30 minutes for a date to show up, and apparently I got stood up. I don't know what to say. Like, I'm trying to do everything right to be a gentleman. I brought flowers. I've been consistent talking with this girl for 2 weeks, trying to get to know what she likes, what she doesn't like. I made plans. I picked the restaurant, the day and the time.
Sir, the problem is you too nice. See, she wanted somebody that treated her like poop that she had to chase after. So you scared her away with the niceness.
I've done everything to be just the kind of guy that would value somebody's time. Like, I'm just looking for my person. I'm just looking for the one that, I guess, is out there for me. I mean, I want to be somebody's husband someday.
You will find somebody that appreciates the small, big, all kind of things that you do. Don't give up. Just keep going.
Father, I'm trying to do everything that's right, and I can't just get stood up. Like, my feelings didn't even matter. Sitting there eating a meal by myself and realizing that nobody even cares. about people.
You know that saying, good guys always finish last, is so true. And she'll be the main one over here complaining, talking about it ain't no good men out there. But she could at least gave you the respect of telling you, hey, I'm not gonna come. Like, don't waste my time. Don't have me to take time out my schedule to show up for a date and you just ghost me. Like, girl, at least say I'm not gonna come. Like, at least I'm gonna respect that more than you just not showing up.
In 2026, I am no longer part of the independent woman crew. I am no longer part of the crew that says, I don't need a man. I am off of the crew of I can do it by myself. I'm done. Get me off of those committees because, baby, I need a man. I need my husband. I don't know what I was thinking and who brainwashed me. Because if I'm being honest, all of those things were a facade to protect myself from getting my feelings hurt or my heart broken. But in 2026, I'm ready. I'm gonna try this thing out. For real this time.
So, first of all, I'm so sorry to hear that your heart is broken. But what we need to think about is, how do you know he is on Tinder? So, when you go for a breakup, it's really easy and tempting to stalk their emails, hack their Instagram, hack their Snapchats, whatever. Find out what they're up to, ask your friends to find out what they're up to, and if they see anything, to let you know. But one of the best things I ever done in a breakup was to tell my friends, if you hear anything at all, you hear he's got a new girlfriend, you hear that he's out with this girl, he's commenting on this girl's pictures, please do not tell me. So, if you haven't done that already, make sure that you do not look at anything else of what he's doing. Second of all, he broke up with you for a stupid reason. He's going to be back, right? What men do is they think, yeah, do you know what, I'm going to throw all my toys at the pram, I'm going to move out, you've done something stupid, I'm going to end the relationship here, I want freedom, just need to get out of this. And this is leaving you there feeling like you haven't got the power, feeling heartbroken, and feeling like you don't know what to do. So then what you'll do is you'll spend the next couple of weeks confused, crying, hurt, and then something will click and you'll be like, right, do you know what? No more sad bee, I'm turning into a bad bee, and you'll start to get better again. But then what he'll do is he would have seen that he's had all these weeks freedom and he's like, yes, I'm living my best life, like on Tinder, After a few weeks you think, actually, the grass isn't greener. I'm not really getting much fulfillment out of this. It is just an app swiping left. He's probably not, he's not enjoying himself as much as he was when he was with you. He's not as happy. And then he'll probably be like, shit, I've made a mistake. She only done a stupid thing, and try and come back. So just keep in there, keep strong, and don't look what he's doing. Don't be concerned about what he's doing, and just focus on yourself and getting through each day as it comes.
The problem with women is that we still want men to approach. That's the natural order of things. So we up the natural order of everything else, but we want this specific piece to stay the same. So you want men to approach you, men to compliment you, men to take you out, men to court you, all of this, but you don't want any of the other stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's like very selective, and that's a problem. So men sort of, I think of your generation, have changed their gear a bit, but women refuse to approach men. That astounds me. Right. I'm just like, I'm not saying I would have wanted to do it. Right. I'm not saying I would have done it, but I lived in a generation where that didn't happen, where men just came up to you, men talked to you. If you want a partner, you want a partner. So I think you're going to have to also get over yourself. And if you see a nice looking man, go up to him.
Since you guys are so curious about my marriage, I'm going to talk about it. These are the controversial rules in my marriage that some people hate, but they work for us. We live traditionally. My husband leads, I follow, and our marriage has never been stronger. Rule 1, he has the final say. Not because I'm weak, but because I trust his judgment. One leader means no chaos. Rule 2, I don't have to work. If I want to quit everything tomorrow, he would support me. What I choose to do is my freedom, not my burden. Rule 3, I protect the home. Cooking, cleaning, nurturing, creating peace. That is my power. A man cannot fight battles outside if his home feels like a battlefield itself. Rule 4, no opposite best friends. No secret DMs. No just friends with somebody who would date you if they had the chance. Loyalty is black and white. Rule 5, he pays the bills, I multiply the value. He provides financially, I turn what he provides into meals, memories, and a home worth living in. Rule 6. No clubbing or bar scenes without each other. Single life behavior does not belong in a committed marriage. Rule 7. No thirst traps online. If you ever see a risque photo of me, it's because my husband posted it himself and I reshared it. I'm not advertising for other men's attention. Rule 8. He protects me physically, I protect him emotionally. That's the masculine and feminine dynamic working in sync. Rule 9. Divorce is never an option. We fix it, we fight for it, we don't quit when things get hard. Amen. Rule 10. Sex is never a bargaining chip. It is not a weapon. It is a part of intimacy that keeps the bond alive. These rules might sound crazy to modern culture, but they work because we respect our roles. You don't have to agree, but don't knock what's working. If this makes you mad, ask yourself why. And if you get it, you know why traditional marriage is stronger than ever.
You think this is normal? You work all day and then hide out here instead of being inside.
That man is hiding from you because he wants peace. All men want peace when they come home. And apparently your man can't get peace when he gets home because he gets home and he immediately gets criticized. He immediately gets yelled at. And instead of him coming home and you noticing he's outside and asking him gently and kindly and with respect why he doesn't want to come inside, you immediately throw criticism at him. You immediately yell at him. You immediately judge him. That is why he doesn't want to come inside. Instead of yelling at him, criticizing him, demanding something that you don't understand from him, ask him instead. Kindly, humbly, without criticizing him and without disrespecting him. Maybe he'll tell you the truth. And if he doesn't, it's because you've never given him the space, the emotional space, to be safe to open up to.
The way to handle boundaries as a man, you don't sit there and beg her to listen to you. You see her own choices and you decide if it is an appropriate selection for you to be with this woman. You don't force her to change. You allow her to live how she wants to live, and then you let her know what you prefer and give her time. If she decides this is not how she wants to live, instead of being like, we got to do this, you got to listen to me, I'm the man, you just say, okay, fair enough, I totally want you to live the life you want, but it's not compatible with the values and boundaries I have. Instead, what they do is they stay there, get really controlling, really aggressive. You don't want to teach anybody that you have no willingness to walk away. Instead, what you want to teach them is the relationship means something to you. You want to protect this relationship through boundaries, and you want them to meet you in the middle with that. If they do that, fantastic. If they choose not to, the goal is not to be with you. The goal is to have a good relationship. If you don't want this, no worries. I wish you the best. The toxicity comes from the inability to walk away.
If you're a man that is lucky enough to have a woman that gives you her time, energy, feminine essence, whatever the case might be, because you're lucky. Let's face it, you're lucky. I don't care if you've been together for 1 month, 2 months, 3 years, 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. Take the woman on a date. Take her on a date. Plan it. Get her some new clothes. If she tells you she's got nothing to wear, let her fill up an online cart. Take her shopping. Get her to feel beautiful. Take her somewhere. Just spoil her, because if you put that energy into that woman, you will get it radiated back to you 1,000,000 times more. I promise you. Do it.
Hi, women don't leave good men. It usually takes a woman a really long...
That's a lie. That's a lie. Who told you? Why are y'all lying? You guys lie way too much. Way too much. Ever heard of that saying, when nice guys finish last? There's a reason that saying exists. You know, because there will be men that will work their asses off, do everything that the woman wants to do. They'll sit there and do everything in their power to keep the woman happy. And what does she do? She cheats on him. She leaves him. She says he's too nice. She says, oh my God, it's like I'm bored. Like that's what we're talking about. Women do leave good men. They do leave good guys. They leave good men. Stop bullshitting. Tell my women don't leave. Oh my God, who told you?
Girl, do you not realize how bad you're up right now? Seriously. He is trying all he can to show you that he loves you and that he's there for you. Trying to be your shoulder to cry on through all your overthinking and your crazy moments. And you're pushing him away. For what? He's so rare to come by. Guys who actually give up are so rare to come by, and you're just pushing this one away like he's nothing. Why? Everybody I know, they always ask, where are the good guys at? Hun, he's right in front of you. Don't get up. If you love him like you tell him you do, then show it. Don't keep pushing him aside, because all that's gonna do is make him think that he's not appreciated. It's just gonna show him that no matter what he does, it's not gonna matter, because he's gonna get played. That's when you train boys. Don't ruin a good guy because you're too selfish to realize it.
Can somebody explain something to me, please? I want to know where all of the good men have gone. Where are all of the chivalrous men? Where are they? Because I just went into Circle K with a stroller, right? And there was nobody around except for the guy at the counter. And he's just staring at me as I'm struggling trying to get through the entrance. Struggling. Because there's no like handicapped, you know, push button where it opens. And I'm just like trying to get the stroller in there. And he's just staring at me. And then to top it off, another man walks in as I'm walking out of Circle K, watches me struggle again getting out of Circle K as I'm opening the door and trying to push the stroller through. What is going on? Where have all the good men gone? Where? Why? I just don't understand. There's no like kindness anymore. Where has all the kindness gone? I don't know what to say. You guys have a good day. Hopefully better than mine. Bye!
A lot of these men move on from women quickly, as they would say it. It's not really quick. This man has been trying to get you to understand that, hey, you're not really taking care of me like I'm taking care of you. A lot of these brothers out here are paying bills and giving husband treatment and get nothing back. And at that point in time, they've woken up. They're waking up and realizing, hey man, this ain't worth it. I'm spending all my money before I marry this woman. Let me go ahead and say, hey, I just lost some money and get the heck up out of Dodge before I lose any more.